So, Midroll's been pushed quite a lot by YouTube lately. YouTube been saying on a lot of videos anything longer than 20 minutes, as far as I can tell, that you should put a midroll here. And recently it appears that several YouTubers have had midrolls forced onto all their videos. So, as far as I know, it's only Machinima, but there might be more. The only ones I know of are Nerdcubed and Northern Lion, both of whom with Machinima. And they've had the entire back catalogue plastered with midrolls. If I'll chuck you an example. This is a 4-hour video. As you can see, there are absolutely loads of midrolls, and they're not equally spaced at all. They're just sort of kind of all over the shop. Another example, this is a short video of 35 minutes, and pretty crazy. I mean, honestly, I think that getting a 30-second advert for 20 minutes of content is pretty damn good. YouTubers are being paid by some other company somewhere, so the man or the big guy or whoever you choose to term, to give you free content for watching 30 seconds. So, I mean, I think you could probably go down to even about 10 minutes and have a 30-second advert, because that's only 5% extra to watch to make something free. Free for you, a living for me. I think that's a good deal. However, midrolls, a lot of them, they also take you out of the content, and especially if they're auto-placed, then they could be placed in the middle of a train of thought. They could be placed in the middle of an argument, in the middle of a joke. They could be placed at like a crucial boss battle where you're about to defeat the boss, and oh, midroll. The main real thing I have about this is neither of these YouTubers chose to do this. It was forced on them by the network, and now they're having to try and undo it. Which really makes people hate them as YouTubers, when it's like they're just like, no, I didn't do it. It's what like networks like Machinima have is they have a big button saying monetize. And this is useful for if you join a network and you haven't, done this as a professional thing, you haven't earned money from it, and you're like, oh, I've got all these videos to monetize, or my back catalogue of like 300 videos. How do I do that? Do I have to go through all of them? And then Machinima can be like, no, I can click all videos, pre-roll, ad, or whatever. Bam! You've got 300 videos of pre-rolls. However, they can also use it to turn on mid-rolls. And apparently they don't have the ability to go mid-rolls all gone. They only have the ability to go mid-rolls all add as you see fit YouTube. And as we all know, letting YouTube use its own best judgment is never a good idea. Never a good idea. So that's something that's been going on. So YouTube have added mid-rolls, well, Machinima have added mid-rolls to both Northern Lion and Nerdcubes. This is only Machinima as far as I know. It could be more networks, but so far I've only seen the examples have been Machinima. If there are more, put in the comments so that I'm aware and you guys are aware. It hasn't happened to me, of course. I'm technically, I'm with Polaris, so technically it shouldn't happen to me, but if it does, I will be going spare as well. So there's that. Now there are two other things. Firstly, YogVentures. Now YogVentures was a game that was kickstarted about 2 years ago. Basically a game where you got to play as members of the Yogcast and do certain things, and it was to be a bit like Minecraft. However, it's currently just completely gone under. The developer has gone bust, and they've just stopped working on it as far as I can tell from their Reddit posts. The reason for this seems to be that basically they ran out of money. Now, they got over $500,000, however, the $500,000 that was kickstarted, not all of that ever turns up. What they've said is about, 60% of that turns. So you got $300,000, and it sounds like a lot of money, but ultimately if you're, hiring 10 devs for 1 year, so that's still a fairly small project, 10 devs for 1 year at $50,000 each, you're making, $500,000 there, gone, easy. So ultimately, you can see where the money went. However, I think it's basically because they tried to plan they tried to do too much with that money. They tried to make too big a game. And I remember actually seeing the Kickstarter myself when it initially came along and went, yeah, this is going to be trouble. They don't actually seem to have a game plan for their money. They haven't, outlined how and where they're going to be spending all this money. They haven't even got a solid game concept down. Now, I think the way it came about was, the Yogcast got big, and of course, every gamer's dream is to have a game made about them. And Yogcast were like, well, yeah, we can make a Yogcast game. And that was the core theme. The problem is, core themes don't tend to be a Yogcast game. That tends to be the flavouring of a game. So, a game could be a sci-fi adventure game, and the flavouring would be Mass Effect, or whatever. And I think I saw this and went, oh, this is going to be trouble. And it's gone under. Now, Yogcast are trying to, sort things out. They've partnered up with another indie dev doing this game called Tug, and they're like, well, everyone who backed YogVentures will get a copy of Tug, and they're trying to do a couple other things. They're also shipping out all the physical rewards, I think, as well. So, at least they're trying to do something that's pretty cool. So I'll put all links down below, by the way. If you funded YogVentures, you can go read more. And now, there's a third thing. And some of you may have heard about this third thing. So this third thing's a pretty big thing. So I'm probably actually going to sit down and talk about this one, just because, you know, we have a proper sit-down chat. Right, so what has happened recently is the Yogscast have talked about this new system they've got. Apparently it's been going on for a little while. YogDiscovery. Now, YogDiscovery is a way that Yogscast get paid to cover games by game devs. Now, the way it works is Yogscast play a game that they've already agreed with the game dev. The game dev then gives them money based on the measurable increase in sales for the period afterwards. I believe it's a week afterwards. So if Yogscast play a game and then more people are like, oh, let's buy this game, then a certain percentage of that extra sales goes towards Yogscast. Now, I have a number of problems with this. Firstly, the normal system for doing this is called a referral code. Now, you might have seen recently on my Kerbal Space Program videos, there's actually been a referral code added. Now, I have no problem with this because I have done about 100 Kerbal Space Program videos before I added the referral code. So you know I have a track record for playing Kerbal Space Program. You know, I like it, it's on my Steam, I played it loads, and then I've added a referral code, and I get, you know, per person click on the referral code who buys the game, I get a certain percentage. Yeah, that seems to be fine to me, because I already like the game, I'm not pushing it, I'm not trying to make it look better to sell it. Problem is, the way the Yogscast have done it is because they say, oh, because people are watching on mobile devices and embedded videos can't click a referral code because they don't get to see the description, we're just going off a percentage of, you know, the measurable increase in sales above, you know, the baseline sales. So they actually have an advantage to sell more copies to make more money. I'm not saying that they do, but this is the theoretical problem with it and why I don't like it, because by making it a percentage of increase in sales, you want to make the increase in sales high, so you want to sell more copies for them because you're being paid for it. So you have a bias in the video. Now you can say the same about the fact that I have a referral code, but like I said, my referral codes come in after I've done 100 videos. Actually, at one of the lowest points for KSP on my channel, since I'm waiting for point 24 to, you know, find me a rhyme and come out so I can do another series. So there's that, which is kind of a conflict of interest there. It's not really something that gels all that well for me. Now, the other one is the measurable increase in sales, because they're not using a referral code. If someone else covers the same game at the same time as the Yogscast, and they cause a sales spike in addition to the Yogscast sales spike, the Yogscast will be getting paid. Now, what Lewis from Yogscast has said is they will not do it at points in which other people would be covering it. For a start, this just cannot be done, because even if we just ignore the small YouTubers right now, so we ignore people like me, and you think about, say, Turtle Biscuit or Nerdcubed or Northern Lion, so you know, those sort of people, they don't post a game plan and say, I'm covering this week, or I'm covering this on X day. And I don't understand how Yogscast are going to actually check this, because they've said that they will normalize it for these sort of spikes, but they can't, because these sort of spikes are individual to the people when they do their videos, and these people who do their videos don't put, oh, this video will be coming out this day. I mean, if you look at all the big YouTubers, there's quite a lot of them. There's, you know, hundreds of these big YouTubers who can drive a sales spike. The Yogscast can't talk to all of them all the time and make sure they're avoiding all the times that they're covering a game. That's just impossible. And it also means that when the Yogscast cover a game, other people are more likely to cover a game. And these people who cover a game, so, you know, I played StarMade after the Yogscast did, Half played StarMade after the Yogscast did, because more people were interested. These people who watch a Yogscast video and then go to a different video, go, oh, actually this video is really good, right, this game looks awesome, you know, I might buy it. That sale gets attributed to the Yogscast. And they can't normalize for these big spikes as well, so bigger YouTubers. And it seems like a way of everyone's effort at the same time as the Yogscast makes the Yogscast increase in sales. Also, the Yogscast wouldn't be able to do this to cover, say, a game that just came out, because the game that comes out doesn't have a normalized sale rate. It's got this big, oh, it just came out, lots of sales, down to normal. And they said that they'll try not to cover things in early access. The first game they're doing this to, Space Engineers, is in early access. So I'm kind of lost on that one. They say they can normalise for these sales things, but they really can't. And it also means that other people's effort goes towards funding the Yogscast. And now the other problem that goes into this is it forces small YouTubers out. Like, if this becomes the norm, which the Yogscast are saying is going to be the norm for all their games that are not Minecraft, or at least they're referring as such, small YouTubers who won't be able to get this deal. If it becomes the norm for channels, big YouTubers can get this deal, small YouTubers won't be able to. Because small YouTubers, you can't tell a measurable increase in sales because you can't tell the big bumps that they do. Maybe with referral code you can, but you can't tell, you know, a measurable increase in sales over baseline. So big YouTubers, it becomes the norm, theoretically. Small YouTubers, it doesn't. Big YouTubers get bigger, they've got more money, they can keep doing this. Small YouTubers kind of get forced out of the niche. Now this is a problem because it just forces small YouTubers. Like me, I know 62,000 doesn't sound like a small amount, but it is. It forces small YouTubers out completely because big YouTubers just get them more money and they get more funding and they get bigger. Also, this has become the norm on their channel, and selling your channel for cash seems a bit too much for me. It's something I'm not entirely, you know, I don't have a great argument for it yet, I need to think about it a bit more, but it just seems a bit odd that the channel would become what is effectively a pay-for-play. Will become a pay-for-play, that's just a bit also, they're getting money for embedded and mobile views, but they're not able to show the disclaimer in this manner, because the disclaimer is actually buried in somewhere in the mid-section of their description for the video. You can't review the description on mobile or embedded videos. However, they're saying, oh, we don't use a referral link because we can't measure, you know, referral links because people can't see them on mobile and embedded. So they want to only disclaim the fact that they're getting paid for this via people who are actually on YouTube who open the description. However, they want to get paid for everyone. It's a problem with it. I think you'd have to actually disclaim it in the video if you're going to get paid for, you know, a measurable increase in sales. Whereas a referral link, by its very nature, you normally put next to it, this will help sponsor the channel, this will help, you know, proceeds towards the channel. So the referral link, if you see the referral link, you've seen the disclaimer. However, the measurable increase in sales is a bit iffy. Whereas, you know, also YouTubers use the game for money, devs get advertising, that's generally how it works. So YouTubers, you know, play a game and the dev will get, you know, more advertising from it. That's how the sort of agreement works. It sort of shock circuits the whole argument about, oh, well, it's a dev's game, why are you playing it? You're making money off their game. Because we can short circuit that argument, it's a long argument. Because devs play the game, YouTubers play the game, devs get advertising. However, the way it's now working with YogDiscovery is YouTuber plays the game, dev gets advertising, dev gives money back to YouTuber. So the YouTuber is dipping out of what the dev gets in that circumstance, and it sort of undermines this argument that, you know, the YouTuber is giving the advertising to the dev for free. That's iffy. Now, a lot of these sort of pay-for-play things, like I've done one on my Guns of Icarus, I've done one on my channel, that is a lump sum, and I was approached with it. I'm not going out and saying, to put someone on my channel, you need to pay me, and it needs to be a percentage, because that, A, gives me bias towards the game, I need to like it to increase the sales, and two, it seems excessive that I'm going out and going, you need to pay to be on my channel. Now, of course, on a small channel, that wouldn't work, but in theory, that's how the problem. Now, I think I'm going to end that there. There are a lot more details in the description below, so go check them out. There's a lot more reading to be done on this, and honestly, I've only been sort of thinking about this for like a day, so my thoughts on this are those are the best arguments from different sides I can come up with. So there might be more. This is a really complex topic, and I will actually say go debate it in the comments because I'm actually kind of interested. No stupid debates in the comments. No. Like, if you've got a good point of view or you're interested in someone else's point of view, go and ask, because I do watch my comments, so I will probably have a look, and, you know, if there's any really sensible points or any points that, you know, I think actually are somewhat valid or, you know, common fallacies, I might just come in and help talk about them. But anyway, I've been EnterElysium, and as always, stay shiny.